At the end of the day, you're going to regret not, seeing the kids grow up and being a mom to the kids more so than you'll regret making real estate deals or closing them. That's a tough balance, and I think that I know you'll make the right decision.
This is no longer just about reality television. What's happening in Huntsville has taken a serious turn, and it's messier than anyone expected. LaTisha Scott just discovered something that could change everything she walked in on Stormi Steele and her husband, Marsau, in a situation that looked way too personal to be innocent. It wasn't in a group setting or some public space. It was just the two of them alone, in a private office, with no business documents, no laptops, and no signs that they were actually discussing work. According to multiple people close to the situation, LaTisha showed up uninvited and caught them off guard. She wasn't even supposed to be at that location, but she came through, unannounced, ready with evidence.
Say an outsourced parenting.
It's better for me to do that than for me to sit back and have regrets later on in life saying, dang, I wish I would have tried that.
Stormi tried to speak, but LaTisha wasn't interested in hearing excuses. Witnesses inside the building say the argument got so heated that security had to step in and calm things down. And it didn't end there. Someone inside the building reportedly captured a part of the scene on video. The footage hasn't been made public yet, but show producers are currently reviewing it. If they get legal approval, it may appear in the next season, and that means everyone might get to see what really went down.
Some of the things we really did have to overcome within our relationship and our marriage.
LaTisha isn't just upset, she's furious. And she's no longer staying quiet. This wasn't just about Marsau and Stormi. She's making it clear, anyone who tries to make her look foolish will regret it. But to truly understand what led to this intense moment, we've got to look at how it all started. This didn't come out of nowhere. The signs were there for a while. LaTisha just finally connected the dots. Let's rewind. LaTisha had felt something was off for a while. Before she ever saw Stormi and Marsau together like that, things in her marriage were already shifting. According to people close to her, Marsau had changed. He wasn't just working late. He was dressing sharper, using new cologne, and walking around like he had something to prove. It wasn't the usual Marsau she knew, and she picked up on the difference.
Know something, but hearing it from somebody else make it probably hit a little different.
You think somehow me going to talk to him about something is going to be a wake-up call?
At the same time, Stormi started acting distant. These two were once inseparable. They posted brunch photos together, laughed on live streams, and shared moments on podcasts. Suddenly, all that disappeared. No more tags. No more shared posts. She stopped showing up at events where LaTisha was expected. People noticed, especially those on the production team. But it wasn't just about what was missing. It was about what started happening quietly on the side. Some cast and crew members began noticing Stormi and Marsau having quiet conversations in corners during filming breaks. Not loud or dramatic, but clearly private.
Is there something that was said on camera that made you feel that way?
Was it? No, not on camera, not with the show, no. More so in interviews, like interviews.
My interview?
I can't remember if it was your interview, but it was other interviews for sure.
One person even claimed they saw Stormi place her hand on Marsau's arm during one of those talks. To someone watching from the outside, it might have seemed harmless. But to LaTisha, already uneasy and watching closely, it looked like another red flag. She knew her husband's patterns. She understood the way her friends moved. When things that once felt stable begin to feel strange, you can either pretend nothing's wrong or start paying closer attention. LaTisha chose the second option. And then came the moment that brought everything into focus thanks to someone in her own camp. LaTisha's assistant overheard a phone call. On the line, Stormi said something that hit LaTisha hard. "I don't even know what's really going on yet." That simple line made LaTisha pause. It wasn't the words themselves. It was the tone, the context. She knew it meant something deeper was happening. That's when she switched from emotional reaction to full-on investigation.
Like, this is crazy. Like, people are really offering you money to come on this show and lie. So at that point, I was like, forget it. It's a lie. Like, now I don't believe anything.
LaTisha started checking everything. She reviewed Marsau's phone records, looked at his locations, and compared what he said with what others were posting online. If Marsau said he had a meeting, she checked whether anyone else had posted from that same place. If Stormi claimed she went straight home after a shoot, LaTisha checked the timestamps on her stories. And then came the biggest clue: Melody's launch party. Everyone who was there felt the tension. Stormi barely acknowledged LaTisha. Marsau left the event early, and 10 minutes later, Stormi left too. That timing didn't sit right with LaTisha. It felt too perfect, too connected. So LaTisha did something bold. She decided to show up where she wasn't expected, with no cameras and no crew, just her and her gut instincts. Here's what happened. Marsau told LaTisha he had a meeting with a possible investor from out of town. He said it was going to take place at a professional office outside of their usual meeting locations. Nothing about that felt right to LaTisha. A friend of hers happened to be in the area and saw both Marsau's car and Stormi's SUV in the parking lot. That was all the confirmation LaTisha needed. She didn't hesitate. She went straight to the building, asked security where the meeting room was, took the elevator, and opened the door without knocking. And what did she find? Marsau and Stormi sitting close together, sipping drinks, not water, not coffee, but drinks. No work materials in sight. The room fell silent. For a few seconds, no one spoke. Then LaTisha burst out, threw down her bag, and yelled, "So this is who you've been sneaking around with? Stormi? You couldn't even choose someone outside our circle?" Stormi tried to speak, but LaTisha was already overwhelmed with emotions. She cried, shouted, and walked around the room, trying to process what she was seeing. Marsau didn't say a word. He stood there with his arms folded and his jaw tight. He didn't defend Stormi. He didn't defend himself. That silence spoke volumes. And yes, someone in the building caught part of it on video. Now producers are reviewing it. If it makes the cut for next season, this could become one of the most dramatic reveals the show has ever had. But that confrontation wasn't the end. It was just the beginning of what followed. Stormi didn't go into hiding like some people expected. Instead, she took to social media. She posted a black screen on her story with the message, "People twist anything when they've already made up their minds. Let them." No names, no explanations. But the message was obvious. Then she posted a selfie with the caption, "Energy doesn't lie." Fans reacted instantly. Some believed she was trying to own her truth. Others said she was flipping the story, pretending to be the victim when she wasn't. The backlash was immediate. One fan commented, "Storm out here proving even your closest friends can't be trusted." Another said, "Marsau's silence tells me all I need to know." People started pulling old clips from previous episodes, analyzing her body language around Marsau. Her comments were flooded with snake emojis. Some even began unfollowing her business accounts. Instead of clearing things up, her posts just added fuel to the fire. Meanwhile, Marsau said nothing. He skipped a major real estate event he was supposed to attend. He ignored calls, didn't respond to emails, and avoided filming any new scenes for the show. Sources say he completely vanished from the spotlight. It wasn't the kind of silence that comes from reflection. It felt like the silence of someone hoping the situation would blow over on its own. But LaTisha? She was just getting started. Reports say LaTisha didn't just stop at emotional recovery. She started working with legal advisors, looking into not only separating from Marsau personally, but professionally too. She wants full control of their shared businesses and is taking steps to protect her public image. And now, there's talk that she's been approached for a one-on-one televised interview. If she accepts, we might finally get her full story with proof. Just when the drama seemed to be cooling down, a new voice entered the conversation. An anonymous person using the initials SL appeared online, claiming to be a former business associate of Stormi. They posted screenshots, now deleted, and even part of a voice recording. According to them, Stormi had confided that her connection with Marsau was more than friendly. She allegedly said, "If they break up, at least I know I was the one he turned to." But it was the audio clip that truly shocked people. In the scratchy recording, a man's voice said, "You keep saying this is about her, but you knew from the start this was something else." a woman replied. "I'm not trying to ruin your marriage. You told me you'd handle it." If that clip is real, then LaTisha wasn't just suspicious, she was right. This wasn't just a misunderstanding. It was betrayal with proof. And if the show's producers are able to use that footage and audio next season, this will become one of the most unforgettable storylines reality TV has ever seen. LaTisha has made her position clear. She's done being nice. She's not covering for anyone anymore, not for TV, not for appearances. She's cutting ties, reworking her brand, and pushing out anyone who didn't stand by her. People who were once close are now clearly on the outside. This isn't temporary. It's a permanent shift. And if anyone didn't understand her message, she made it crystal clear with a post that fans can't stop quoting. "If you weren't real with me, don't expect grace from me now." That wasn't just a post. That was her final warning. Now, here's the big question. Was Stormi really the one who crossed the line? Did Marsau manipulate the entire situation? Or is there more to this story that we haven't heard yet? Let me know what you think in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe because this storm is far from over.